Hi, Kat. Today we're going to read The Perfect Tea Party. It's an exciting day at Royal Prep. The fairies are choosing which student will be hosting the annual school tea party. Sophia's new stepsister, Amber, explains that the Royal Prep tea parties are really big events. They have merry-go-rounds, ponies, and even hot air balloons. Sophia's never been to a royal tea party. She just recently became a princess when her mother married King Roland. In class, Sophia's teacher, Flora, holds out a teapot. Only students who haven't had a chance to host a party should submit their names, says the fairy. Sophia excitedly drops a slip of paper with her name on it into the teapot. Flora uses her wand to stir the pot. Soon, one paper magically floats out. The host of the next royal tea party will be Princess Sophia, she announces. Sophia's so excited. You can throw any kind of party you like, Flora tells her. This is your chance to show us who you are. On the ride home from school, Sophia talks about the tea party with Amber and her stepbrother, James. There will already have been so many big and fancy tea parties, she says. I like to throw a simple tea party like I used to in the village. My friends and I would spread blankets on the ground and borrow teacups from our mothers. James thinks that sounds cool. Amber doesn't. No one wants to use borrowed teacups, she exclaims. When it comes to royal parties, the bigger the better. Sophia starts to think that maybe Amber is right. She spots the swan fountain and tells Baileywick, the castle caretaker, that she would like to have a swan-themed tea party. We'll have swan-shaped cookies and cakes. That sounds lovely, says Baileywick. Amber likes the swan theme, but encourages Sophia to think even bigger. Maybe Cedric, the royal sorcerer, can make the tables and chairs float in the air like swans float on water, suggests Sophia, and the swans can put on a show. Later that day, Sophia is visited by a friend from the village, Jade and Ruby. Even though Sophia is busy planning the Royal Prep tea party, she is happy to take a break and spend time with them. Let's have a little snack, Sophia suggests. Sophia leads Jade and Ruby along a row of hedges. Then she pushes aside some ivy, uncovering a wooden door. The door opens and the girls step inside. It's beautiful, says Ruby. Look at all the butterflies. The girls spread out a blanket and share a plate of cookies. This reminds me of the tea parties we had in the village, Ruby says. Are you throwing a tea party like this? Sophia sighs. I want to, but they expect a big fancy one. That's too bad, because I'm having a great time. Me too, agrees Sophia. After a few more cookies, Sophia says goodbye and gets back to the party planning. Ah, Princess Sophia, you're just in time to choose the plates for your party, Baileywick says as Sophia enters the dining room. Sophia looks at all the choices. She likes the simple white ones. Amber shakes her head. Remember, bigger is better. Sophia gives in and agrees to use the large plates. At another table, James is happily munching on a swan-shaped cookie. These are great. You should order 200 of these cookies for the tea party and make them as big as possible. You'll need huge swan cake too. Sophia's thinking it's too much, but listens to Amber anyway. Next, Sophia heads to Cedric's workshop. I'm hosting a tea party tomorrow, and it would be great if you could make all the tables and chairs rise just a little bit off the ground. Sophia explains. Do you have a spell for that? Cedric points his wand at a beaker on his work table. Flotesh hooverabu, and the beaker begins to float. Sophia goes to the swan fountain. Luckily, the magical amulet King Roland gave her, the amulet of Avalar, gives her the power to talk to animals. I'm hosting a tea party and I was hoping you could perform a water ballet, she says to the swans. It would be our pleasure. As the royal dressmaker hems her gown, Sophia tells her mother about the tea party. It's going to be so big and fancy, Amber says. Everyone is going to love it, she sighs. But part of me wishes I could just have a sweet party like we used to in the village. I'm sure everyone will be pleased no matter what kind of party you throw, says her mom. The day of Sophia's tea party has arrived, and all the servants rushed about. Everything goes wrong. The swan-shaped ice sculpture falls off its cart and slides into the baker, who drops his tray of swan cookies. Then the ice slides onto the fountain, scaring the swans. The swans fly into Cedric just as he was casting his floating spell, and the tables and chairs rise off the ground and float away. The princess regrets listening to Amber. The party's ruined, and the guests are on their way. Sophia starts to cry. Then she saw Butterfly and knew exactly what to do. When the students and fairies arrived, Bailiwick moves aside some ivy, pushes open the wooden door, and welcomes them into Sophia's garden. Blankets on the grass, set with teapots and cups. Butterflies flutter over the flowers, and all the princesses love it, including Amber. Nice job, Sophia. I guess bigger isn't always better. Princess Sophia, what a charming party, Flora tells the hostess. Some peppermint tea, a pretty garden, and a beautiful view. Who could ask for more? All the guests raise their teacups and cheer. To Princess Sophia, Sophia is pleased and learns to giggle. Pleased to learn that even princesses can enjoy simple things. She giggles and raises her own teacup. Hooray for me. The end. That was a pretty good story. And actually, it gave me a really good idea. How about when Daddy gets back, we have a tea party. We can have cookies, drink some tea. We can have your stuffed animals and pretend they're there for the tea party. You can even paint Daddy's toenails. That way I look pretty for this tea party. Actually, can you also draw me a picture of a tea party? Can you have me, Ragnar, Tucker, Odin, and Mama? And you, of course, but I want you to draw yourself as the pretty princess you are. And can you send me that picture? Because when I get that picture, I'm going to hang it on the wall so that way I can see it all the time. I love you so much, Kat, and I really miss you. And I can't wait to come home and give you the biggest hug ever. But all right, I gotta go. I love you, honey. Bye.